Many people enjoy their morning coffee for the familiar boost of alertness, the comforting routine, and the gentle lift in mood. Coffee on its own already supports focus and energy, and researchers have long known that its natural compounds can stimulate metabolism and sharpen attention. But recent scientific work has revealed something far more surprising. When certain natural powders are added to coffee, the effects don't just increase slightly, they expand dramatically in ways that researchers did not expect. Several independent studies, each peer reviewed and conducted on adults across different age groups, show that a few everyday powders can significantly enhance the benefits of a typical cup of coffee. These studies suggest improvements in antioxidant activity, support for healthy blood sugar levels, a stronger gut barrier, steadier metabolic responses, and even more efficient fat oxidation. What is especially striking is that these changes are not observed when you consume the powders alone, nor when you drink coffee alone. They appear almost uniquely when the two are combined. And here's an important detail many people overlook. Some of the healthiest long living populations around the world have been combining powdered botanicals with hot beverages for centuries. Long before wellness trends existed, people used their morning drinks as a foundation for vitality, clarity, and steady energy. What surprised researchers most was the discovery that some powders don't merely enhance coffee. Instead, they interact with the natural polyphenols in coffee to form entirely new compounds, compounds that do not exist in either ingredient separately. It's as if the contents of the mug fuse into a new formula that supports the body in unique ways. Imaging studies have shown that within minutes of consuming these combinations, blood flow to certain brain regions increases. Continuous glucose monitoring shows smoother curves after meals. Stress related hormones tend to shift toward a calmer response. And inflammatory markers, those signals your body sends when something feels off, can trend toward healthier levels. Some powders even appear to activate a metabolic pathway known in scientific literature as AMPK, often described as a key regulator of cellular energy and longevity. While the science is still emerging, the early findings are promising, especially for adults over 50 who want to support energy, digestion, and cognitive clarity throughout the day. In fact, an extensive review conducted at Stanford highlighted how older adults who added specific natural powders to their morning coffee experienced noticeable improvements in overall vitality, mental sharpness, and digestive comfort. Among all the powders examined, one in particular stood out. Its interaction with coffee created such a powerful metabolic response that researchers repeated the tests multiple times to rule out error. And each time, the results were consistent. Coffee on its own supported metabolism, but coffee combined with this powder produced responses that astonished even the lead investigators. In today's video, we will explore the 5 powders that can transform a simple cup of coffee into a powerful morning ritual, starting with the gentlest and ending with the most impressive. And I encourage you to stay until the end because powder number 1 is associated with a response that researchers described as unexpectedly strong. Before we begin, feel free to share your age and where you're watching from. I read every comment, and it helps me shape future videos so I can give you the most helpful guidance. Let's begin our countdown with powder number 5, the one that enhances coffee's antioxidant strength before you even take the first sip. Number 5, raw cacao powder. The ancient brain-supporting ingredient modern research has finally caught up with. The story of raw cacao mixed with hot beverages goes back centuries, but modern science has recently uncovered some fascinating connections. Researchers studying communities in Panama, where cacao-infused drinks are consumed daily, noticed something remarkable. Many older adults in these regions maintain excellent heart and cognitive function well into their later decades. Raw cacao, which is different from the highly processed cocoa found in most kitchens, contains unusually high levels of natural antioxidants. In fact, its antioxidant value exceeds that of many well known foods. But its interaction with coffee is where things become especially interesting. One compound in raw cacao, theobromine, is a mild stimulant that influences how the body absorbs and processes caffeine. Instead of the abrupt spike and decline many people feel after drinking coffee, the combination creates a steadier, smoother energy curve. For adults over 50, this can mean clearer focus in the morning without the familiar midday crash. Raw cacao also contains flavonoids that support healthy blood flow and other cognitive functions. Some studies have shown that when older adults consumed cacao consistently, they demonstrated improvements in memory and attention, along with increased circulation to key brain regions. To use raw cacao in morning coffee, many people mix 1 to 2 tablespoons into warm, freshly brewed coffee after allowing it to cool slightly. Lower water temperature helps protect cacao's delicate beneficial compounds. A small whisk or frother blends it smoothly into the drink, creating a rich, warm flavor. For best results, it's important to choose cacao that is raw and not alkalized. Processing methods such as Dutch treating can significantly reduce the natural compounds that support these benefits. When used regularly, many people notice steadier energy, improved focus, and a deeper sense of mental clarity throughout the morning. Now let's move to powder number 4, an ingredient many people already have in their kitchens but rarely use in its most supportive form. Number 4, Ceylon cinnamon, the gentle blood sugar stabilizer that pairs beautifully with coffee. Cinnamon has been used in food and beverages for centuries, but not all cinnamon is the same. The most common variety sold in stores is cassia cinnamon. While flavorful, it contains compounds that are not ideal for frequent consumption in large amounts. Ceylon cinnamon, often called true cinnamon, has a completely different profile. It contains natural compounds that support a balanced blood sugar response and steady energy levels throughout the day. When used together with coffee, something especially noteworthy happens. The natural polyphenols in coffee help increase the availability of cinnamon's active components, allowing the body to use them more efficiently. Some studies have shown that consuming small amounts of Ceylon cinnamon daily can support glucose balance and help maintain consistent energy levels. When added to coffee before brewing, the warm water extracts both fat-soluble and water-soluble components, which may not be released as effectively when stirred into already brewed coffee. Ceylon cinnamon coffee can be especially helpful when consumed shortly before the first meal of the day, as it supports a more even metabolic response. Many people find that regular use helps reduce mid morning energy dips and contributes to a steadier appetite pattern. Choosing true Ceylon cinnamon is essential. It has a lighter color and a softer, more delicate flavor compared to cassia cinnamon, making it ideal for daily use. And now we move on to powder number 3, an ingredient with one of the most compelling profiles in wellness research. Number 3, lion's mane mushroom powder, the natural cognitive supporter that encourages healthy nerve signaling. Lion's mane mushroom has been used in traditional cultures for centuries, but its modern popularity comes from scientific studies exploring its effects on cognitive function and aging. Researchers in Japan and Australia have found that certain compounds in lion's mane, particularly a group of naturally occurring molecules, appear to support the body's ability to maintain healthy nerve growth and communication between neurons. These compounds are small enough to cross into the areas of the brain responsible for learning, memory, and focus. They help support a healthy environment for nerve cells by encouraging natural repair pathways and supporting the body's response to everyday oxidative and inflammatory stress. When lion's mane is paired with coffee, something especially interesting happens. Coffee naturally increases blood flow to the brain, which can help deliver lion's mane's beneficial components more efficiently. Some researchers refer to this as opening a neuroplasticity window, meaning the brain may become more receptive to forming new connections during the hours after consumption. In one study involving older adults, daily use of lion's mane for several weeks was associated with noticeable improvements in memory tasks, attention, and overall mental clarity. Brain imaging also suggested healthier activity patterns in regions tied to recall and organization. The form of lion's mane matters greatly. The most effective products are dual extracted, processed through both water and alcohol extraction, because different beneficial compounds dissolve in different mediums. Regular dried mushroom powders may contain only a small fraction of the active elements. To add lion's mane to your morning coffee, many people mix 1 to 2 teaspoons of dual extracted powder into warm coffee once it cools slightly. Temperatures that are too high can reduce the potency of some of the more delicate compounds. The flavor is mild and blends naturally with coffee's richer tones. Consistent daily use appears to be key. Most people begin to notice subtle mental clarity within 1 to 2 weeks, with deeper cognitive support becoming noticeable with longer use. Some individuals also experience vivid dreams or a sense of increased creativity when first using lion's mane. This is typically temporary and often seen as a sign that the brain is adjusting. As always, quality matters. Choosing a product with clear labeling, organic sourcing, and transparency about extraction methods helps ensure you're getting the most benefit. Now we move forward to powder number 2, something that most people associate only with physical performance, but that actually plays a tremendous role in maintaining steady energy for the brain. Number 2, creatine monohydrate, the cellular energy powerhouse that supports mental endurance. Creatine is widely known in the fitness world, but far fewer people realize how essential it is for the brain. Although it's often associated with muscle performance, creatine's primary role is to help cells regenerate energy more efficiently. This includes brain cells, which use more energy than almost any other part of the body. Even though creatine occurs naturally in certain foods, many older adults consume less than the amount that research suggests may be optimal for mental performance and overall vitality. Several studies have shown that when adults increase their creatine intake through supplementation, they experience improvements in memory, attention, and the ability to perform mentally demanding tasks. When creatine is combined with coffee, the increased blood flow caused by caffeine can support more efficient delivery of creatine to brain tissue. At the same time, creatine helps balance the body's energy response, which may smooth out the energy dips that sometimes occur after consuming caffeine alone. Instead of a sharp rise and fall in focus, many people describe a more even, sustained feeling of mental endurance when creatine is part of their morning routine. A long-term study following older adults over several years found that those with higher creatine intake tended to maintain healthier cognitive performance and stayed more mentally resilient during times of stress. Creatine supports the body's natural cellular energy systems, which is especially important as we age. To use creatine with coffee, most people add about 1 teaspoon, approximately 5 grams, to their morning cup. Creatine monohydrate is the most researched form and remains the gold standard. It doesn't fully dissolve in liquid, so stirring it into hot coffee helps distribute it more evenly. Creatine works through saturation, meaning that daily consistency matters more than timing. It may take several weeks for the body to store enough creatine to produce noticeable results. Many individuals begin noticing clearer thinking and improved stamina within the first week, with deeper benefits appearing gradually. Because creatine attracts water into cells, some people notice a slight increase in water weight during the first 1 to 2 weeks. This is not body fat. It's simply an indication that the cells are becoming more hydrated, which can actually support healthier muscle and nerve function. Choosing high quality creatine is essential. Look for reputable brands that test for purity and avoid fillers or additives. The simplest, cleanest formulas are often the most effective. Now we arrive at the most remarkable powder on the list, one that influences sleep, metabolism, collagen production, and cellular health all at once. Number one, glycine powder, the gentle amino acid that supports deep restoration and balanced energy. Glycine is one of the simplest amino acids, but its impact on the body is profound. Although the body can make some glycine naturally, researchers have noticed that many adults, especially those over 50, consume much less than what might be ideal for supporting overall wellness. Glycine plays a vital role in collagen formation, cellular repair, antioxidant production, and even nervous system balance. It helps the body build glutathione, one of the most important internal antioxidants, and it supports natural pathways that maintain metabolic stability. When used in the morning, glycine provides calm, centered mental clarity. Unlike sugar or artificial sweeteners, glycine naturally tastes sweet while having no effect on blood sugar, making it a pleasant addition to coffee. Many people describe the experience as smoother energy with reduced jitteriness. One of the most studied effects of glycine is its influence on sleep quality. Taken in the evening, glycine supports deeper restorative sleep stages, helping the brain clear metabolic waste and preparing the body for the following day. When taken in the morning, however, glycine appears to support focus, calmness, and a more balanced response to caffeine. Some research also suggests that regular glycine intake may support the body's natural collagen building processes, helping maintain skin elasticity, joint comfort, and tissue repair. These effects tend to appear gradually with consistent use. Adding glycine to coffee is simple. 1 teaspoon, about 3 to 5 grams, dissolves fully in hot coffee without altering texture. Many people use a morning dose for mental clarity and an evening dose to support sleep. Because glycine is naturally sweet, it can replace added sugar in coffee, which is especially helpful for individuals who want to reduce sweetness without using artificial sweeteners. As with all powders, quality matters. Pure glycine powder without additives or fillers tends to deliver the best results. Many people begin by taking a small amount and gradually increasing to the amount that feels most supportive. When you combine any of these powders with your morning coffee, you're not just adjusting flavor, you're creating a small daily ritual that encourages the body to function at its best. Each powder has its own strengths. Some support mental clarity, others help maintain stable energy. Some encourage deeper rest, and others promote a more balanced metabolic response. But the true power comes from consistency and choosing the ingredients that align with your personal needs. If you're just beginning, there is no need to start with all 5 powders at once. In fact, many people find it helpful to introduce one powder at a time and pay attention to how their body responds. Starting slowly allows you to notice the subtle changes, whether that's steadier energy, clearer thinking, or a calmer mood throughout the morning. Over time, you can build your own personalized combination. Someone who wants better focus might start with lion's mane or creatine. Someone looking for smoother energy may enjoy raw cacao. Those wanting balanced blood sugar may benefit from Ceylon cinnamon, and individuals seeking better sleep and deeper restoration often find that glycine is especially valuable. What's truly fascinating is how these powders complement the natural properties of coffee. Coffee already provides antioxidants and supports alertness, but when paired with the right natural ingredients, it becomes a richer experience, something that not only wakes you up but also supports your overall wellness throughout the day. And this is a practice that aligns with traditions around the world. For centuries, people have added herbs, roots, and natural powders to their morning beverages to support clarity, energy, and longevity. Today, modern research is beginning to explain why these practices were so effective. We're not reinventing the wheel. We're simply returning to habits that have stood the test of time. So, tomorrow morning, as you prepare your coffee, you might consider trying just one of these powders. Pay attention to how you feel over the coming days. The body often gives gentle signals when something is supporting it well: calmer energy, less afternoon fatigue, better focus, or a sense of waking up refreshed. With consistency, many people discover that this simple addition becomes one of the most reliable parts of their morning routine. A moment of intention, a moment of self support, and a way to start the day feeling more balanced and present. Thank you so much for spending this time with me and exploring these 5 simple ways to elevate your coffee routine. If you found this information helpful or surprising, feel free to subscribe and stay tuned. In one of the upcoming videos, I'll share morning practices that many people overlook, but that can support longevity and overall well being in meaningful ways. I appreciate you being here, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.